Hello, and we're going to be presenting to you today our digital strategy proposal for Blackstone Cafe. My name is Nicole De La Riva.
I'm Jocelyn Curtin.
I'm Autumn Whitney.
I'm Kiara Bernal.
And I'm Lynn Holbert.
Here's just a brief outline of what we're going to be talking to you today. First, we're going to focus on the research, the SEO, and the goals behind that, the analytics and what analytics program we'll be using, the programming, implementation, and the overall evaluation of the research that we have done. Just a little brief background on the Blackstone Cafe. It is our first and only dining facility inside of any residence hall on campus, and it's located at the north end of campus, which we'll be seeing how this affects the overall promotion and advertising for Blackstone Cafe. They conveniently serve a lot of a variation of items such as breakfast, desserts, and other new up-and-coming items as well.
So in the research we found that Blackstone Cafe does not have its own website. Pretty much everything Biola related is just blanketed under Biola University as a whole. So Biola University and DBC are both pretty active on social media. They have their own accounts on a few different platforms. Blackstone, however, is only on Instagram. You guys joined about 8 weeks ago, and in that time you have 4 posts. On average, you have 1.25 comments on these posts, but out of those 5, all 5 were on the same post. So it's not super consistent, and the averages for the likes are 22.5, which is pretty good because you guys just joined, like I said, 8 weeks ago, and you have 120 followers. So we think those numbers could definitely increase the more you guys are active on that site. We think your biggest competitor is probably Common Grounds out of the other eateries on campus. Common Grounds joined Instagram 33 weeks ago and has 29 posts. Their averages are a little bit higher. They have 1.5 comments and 50.03 likes and a little over 400 followers. So even though they've joined a little while before you guys have, we think that you guys can definitely reach those numbers. Another thing with Instagram is you guys advertise that you will be doing contests and giving away prizes, but those have not been done yet in the 8 weeks that you've been on. So that's something that we think that you guys should follow through with. On Twitter, you guys do not have a Twitter account, and Blackstone has been mentioned 3 times. Up here are the tweets that have mentioned Blackstone, but all 3 are about Blackstone as a dorm, not as a cafe. And the only eatery from Biola that does have a Twitter account is the Soaring Eagle, but they only tweeted 9 times, and their last tweet was a little over almost 4 years ago. So they seem to be active only when Soaring Eagle was just joining campus, and we think that if you guys make a Twitter account, you can easily surpass that. Now, on Facebook, none of the eateries on campus have their own Facebook page. However, they are listed as a location where people can check in and review the cafe and places to eat, and review the food. So we recommend that Blackstone at least adds a location for people to check in. Right now, you guys don't even have that, so it's hard to connect with the community when you don't have that social presence.
Just to reiterate, on social media, how after doing the research, we noticed that there was no Twitter account and Facebook page, as Autumn was mentioning before, but you do have an Instagram and have created a presence there, but we believe that by creating more posts on a daily basis, and as we will show you further on in a content calendar of how you can go about doing that. Now, to look at our SWOT analysis, we've looked at both internal strengths and weaknesses and external opportunities and threats that could either harm or be a strength or an opportunity for Blackstone Cafe. Some of the strengths include it being a great atmosphere, aesthetically pleasing, delicious food, a variety of options from the menu. But some of the weaknesses that we have noticed, mostly from students, is the location is far from the main campus. This could cause a lot of students to not want to walk all the way over to Blackstone Cafe and be able to enjoy the delicious food that you currently offer. They no longer offer meal exchanges before 11 a.m., which causes some problems with some of the early morning classes that students have to go to, and you're only active on Instagram, as we mentioned before. So for our opportunities that we have been able to see with Blackstone Cafe is to better use the social media to promote the cafe. Since this is just a free tool and it's already readily available, even some of the student workers can be able to utilize this to better promote the cafe by posting interesting photos or videos to the social media platforms. Also, by doing so, this will create awareness for Blackstone Cafe. And also just implementing new meals, desserts, or drinks would be a fun way to promote some of the menu items around campus. Some of the threats that we see that are being posed externally are other competing food locations around campus or nearby campus, such as common grounds. Some of the threats that we saw here as well are other increases in costs for the food industry that could overall send some of the costs higher than what they are now.
And then if you should ever choose to have a website in the future, a huge part of having a website is having a good SEO. And SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, which is a methodology used to increase the amount of visitors to a website by obtaining a high placement in search results. As a result, a business placed high in search results will gain more clicks through their link. So it's basically how high you can be placed on different search engines. And there are different factors that contribute to having a high SEO. So some different goals that there are purpose. The first two are purpose and audience. And this is about figuring out what your users want. So purpose is basically the reason for why you would be having a website in the first place. So it's all about what makes Blackstone unique and what you offer and different general information like your hours of operation and your menu options and things like that. And then your audience is who you want to target, so different faculty and students that would be visiting your Blackstone Cafe. That's who you'd want to target on your website. And then two other factors that contribute to your overall SEO goal are doing things that are most appealing for your audience. So you would want to promote things on your website like your deals and promotions and any events that you would be offering. And then in the future, after you create your website, just to continue branding it and adding on to it in the future to improve it overall is an SEO goal too. And then also along the lines of SEO, an important part is having a good 404 page. And a 404 page is the error page that pops up if there's any type of malfunction when users are navigating through your website. So having a good 404 page that's consistent with your brand and also can redirect users to different pages on your website is important to have. And page indexing is important because you can see where your website or how many times your website is listed on different search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So as you can see, this is just a basic Biola, the general Biola Bon Appetit link, and this is how it's ranked on Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So the number of pages that are indexed, 30 on Google, and then 58 for Yahoo and Bing.
Okay, now talking about analytics, one of the great ways that you guys can get from get all the information of the analytics from Blackstone Cafe's website, not their main website, the Bon Appetit, is Google Analytics. And Google Analytics is really great because you're able to see who it is that's going onto your page. You can see all the demographics, you can see the age, the gender, you can see who from what country, what states. So it's really a good site to use to gain more information and more knowledge of who it is that's going on your site. And as you can see here, from when we entered the Bon Appetit site, you can see that it was really active in the month of April, kind of died down a bit, and then it really rocketed again in May. And another great site that's used for analytics is SimilarWeb. And for SimilarWeb, this gives us, again, like a really clear traffic overview. And you can see that in April 2016, new users and old users on the site was 36,000, meaning that 36,000 people have went onto the Cafe Bon Appetit's main website page. And the time on site per user, how I said the old users and users, was 17 seconds. And page views is 1.32, meaning that the users who are going onto Cafe Bon Appetit's website is
the people who are going to cook on Cafe Bon Appetit's website are only going to the main page, and that's it. And you can tell that they're only going to that main page through the bounce rate. And a bounce rate means that people are going onto Cafe Bon Appetit's main page, clicking on the main site and leaving. So, and again, that's the 73.68% of the 36,000 people on Cafe Bon Appetit's website are doing. Okay, and again, with the traffic source, analytics through the SimilarWeb, we're able to see how it is that users are going on to Cafe Bon Appetit's site. So 44.41% of users are landing onto Cafe Bon Appetit's site direct, and direct means that they are searching it on their computer on the search page. So they're physically looking up Cafe Bon Appetit, whether they're typing the whole name themselves or it's saved onto a link. And referrals, meaning that the users are coming back onto Cafe Bon Appetit's page through a different link. And that's 3.64% of users are doing that. As for search, that's the highest amount of, the highest percentage that of users are coming onto your page. And meaning that they are searching for Cafe Bon Appetit's page. They are either entering it in Google, Bing, or Yahoo, searching Cafe Biola University Cafe, or Blackstone Cafe, and that's what's leading them to the site. And as for social, it's the lowest one that Blackstone Cafe has. It is 0.15%, meaning that out of the 36,000 users that were landing onto Cafe Bon Appetit's site, they were coming from some kind of a social network, and I'll talk more about that once we get on it. And as for mail and display, it's 0%, meaning that Cafe Bon Appetit isn't active in those two areas. Okay, so going back to search, the 51.8% are coming to the Cafe Bon Appetit site, as I said, through Yahoo, Google, or Bing. And again, they are coming through those sites, those search engines, 100% organic, meaning that it's natural. They're not going onto Cafe Bon Appetit site, clicking it through a paid advertisement. They're going through it through a natural search. Okay, and as for referrals, the 3.64%, the two sites that are getting the users to go back to the Cafe Bon Appetit site is studentlife.biola.com as well as the legacy.cafebonappetit.com's website. And as for social, 0.15% of the users that are coming back to Cafe Bon Appetit site was on Facebook. But since we know that Facebook isn't active and it doesn't have that much activity going on in traffic, that this has happened a long time ago when it first began.
So after doing the research and analytics for Blackstone Cafe, we decided to create a social media campaign, and we are titling this campaign #BackToBlackstone. So the goal of this campaign would be to bring awareness to the new cafe on campus, and our target market would be Biola incoming freshmen, current Blackstone residents, the off-campus community driving onto campus to go to class, or even Biola faculty. So for this campaign, we were thinking that it could start within a week or two before school starts, so those who are coming to Biola can see what Blackstone has to offer. And also another way to get new students and current students involved in Blackstone's Cafe, we decided to create 3 creative and fun hashtags. The first one is #TakeABreak, So for this, you could easily just create a picture on Instagram, like we have up here, #TakeABreak, and then as a comment, you could say, show us or take a picture with your crepe and show us how you take a break, and to be entered into a drawing to win a free crepe. And you can also do this on Twitter and on Facebook. Also, an option for your cafe, you guys can easily promote the Biola Blackstone Cafe on Facebook and for a low price. And I know that Biola University already does this, and it helps helps Facebook users to see Blackstone Cafe's advertisements and what they have. Another fun hashtag we thought of is "Let me tell you about our Nutella." So the Blackstone Nutella lattes are really get people on social media aware of the great latte that they have. So once again, you could put this on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, any social media platform you wish. The last one is the Poke Bowl. This is a new item in Blackstone Cafe's menu, and we decided that we'd really want to get the word out there that this is something that Blackstone has, whereas other places on campus do not. So we came up with the hashtag Pokeball Out of Control. So for the programming section of our campaign, we created a goal, and the goal of that is to optimize the utilization of Blackstone Cafe's social media sites and bring in new customers in light of a new back-to-school campaign titled hashtag Back to Blackstone. So for this programming section, we created platform vision statements. So Facebook, we will use Facebook to connect and engage with Blackstone Cafe and Biola University's existing following in order to promote the cafe. For Twitter, we will use Twitter to send out tweets of our latest deals, engage with a larger audience and of college-age students, and network with the online community. With Instagram, we will use Instagram to show visuals of our newest and most popular items and choices of food and beverages. And if you choose to create a website, we created a platform vision statement for that one as well. And it says we will use a website online to promote deals in the hashtag Back to Blackstone campaign that will target Blackstone residents and the general Biola population. We also created some objectives for the programming section, and the first one would be to utilize Facebook as a traffic source and increase social media interactions by gaining at least over 150 likes by the end of September. And to do this, you want to generate meaningful content that users can engage with. And one way of doing this would be to add the menu, the price, and the hours to the Facebook page so people can easily see what Blackstone has to offer, and obviously when they're open. The second objective is to create a Twitter and accumulate over 200 followers by the end of September also. And to do this, you would first want to create the Twitter and then send out tweets of our latest deals, engage with a larger audience of college-age students, and network with the online community. And to do this on Twitter, it's really easy. All you have to do is create hashtags like the ones that we previously shown, and just post that along with your tweet, and maybe so people on Twitter can see what you're talking about. Our third objective would be to increase the number of followers on Instagram from 120 to 400 by the end of September. And to do this, you want to create engaging posts with really nice visuals of the menu or of the food you're making in the cafe. And also to get more followers on Instagram, it's really easy. All you have to do is go on Instagram and follow a bunch of people who either attend Biola or are affiliated with it somehow, and then most of them will follow you back. The last objective we have is to create a website online that promotes the cafe and provide the link on other social media sites. So you can easily create a website online for free too, using things like Wix.com, or if you want to pay a small fee, Squarespace.com.
So we created a sample content calendar that you could utilize to meet all the goals and objectives that Jocelyn just talked about. So basically this was created for the month of September, and we put different social media platforms, we assigned them to like different days. So for example, Facebook has a lot of traffic on Mondays. So we put all your Facebook posts can be on Mondays, Instagram Wednesdays, Twitter Thursdays, and then a mix on Friday and Saturday. And we also assigned each hashtag to a different week. So the first week would be Take a Break, Get a Crepe. You would post that throughout the week on all your social media sites, and then a different hashtag for each week. And then that's just an outline of the post that you can make, but you can also add in different posts throughout the week as well. But that's just a sample that we created for this campaign.
And for our overall evaluation, as we have done the research and for our campaign proposal, we decided that it'd be a great benefit for Blackstone Cafe to be able to open more social media accounts, create a campaign, whether you choose to do the hashtag Back to Blackstone or not. It would be a really great idea to be able to involve the students in a way through social media, since it's something that they're using constantly on a daily basis. Also the SEO of the website, and have an individual site as well for the cafe to also help better promote the cafe throughout campus, and be able to use Google Analytics as a form to be able to track who's coming on the website and who's staying for longer periods of time, to be able to see who your value customers are. Thank you so much for being here and listening to our presentation.